60-year-old Edward Bagwell is behind bars after allegedly dismembering his 61-year-old girlfriend Rita Spigner's corpse. At just before 9 p.m. on the night of the 3rd of July 2022, the authorities went to Edward's home, located in the 100 block of East Oak Street in Ambia, Indiana, to complete a welfare check on Rita. When Edward answered the door, he confessed to cutting up her body and putting her in garbage cans. Further investigation led officers to 2 large garbage bags at the property that contained human remains. Earlier that day, Edward called a friend and told her that he had dismembered Rita after she died. That friend then called the police. The investigator said that Edward had attempted to improperly dispose the body, and he was arrested that night. During an interview with state police detectives, Edward said that he and Rita smoked meth inside his house on the 18th of June. He claimed that he was still high when police questioned him. Edward said Rita began acting erratically and scratching at his leg, so he slapped her in the head to get her to stop. He said that Rita fell down and started convulsing after he slapped her, and he got up to get his phone. He said that when he returned to the room, Rita was not breathing or moving. He told detectives that he did not call 911 because Rita was dead and there's nothing that could be done for her. Edward said that he then got an electric chainsaw, cut off Rita's legs and stuffed them into a trash bag, and then stuffed her torso into another trash bag. Rita's initial autopsy findings showed that she had severe heart trouble. The cause and manner of her death is pending a toxicology report. Edward has been charged with abuse of a corpse and failure to report human remains. He remains held at the Benton County Jail in lieu of a $300,000 bond. The investigation is ongoing.
I am going to need law enforcement to come around and check out the situation.
On the 8th of July 2022, 42-year-old Jesse Hill is behind bars after fatally shooting his 44-year-old roommate, Ernie Wayne Wilbur, with a pellet gun because he was annoying him. At around 10 a.m. on the 4th of May 2022, Jesse made a cryptic phone call to 911. When deputies responded to the home, located along East Altoona Road in Altoona, Florida, they found Ernie dead on the living room floor. He was wrapped in a sheet and covered with pillows, with a puncture wound to his left rib area. The authorities said it was clear that he had been moved because of the location of the bloodstain on the floor, that he was believed to have been killed hours earlier. Officers found a .22 caliber high-velocity air rifle hidden in a grassy area beside the home. An autopsy found a pellet-style bullet had penetrated Ernie's lungs, which formed a blood clot, stating that he suffered for an extended period of time prior to his death, which was ruled a homicide. Jesse was not taken into custody that night because he fled the scene and went into hiding to avoid being arrested. Deputies interviewed Jesse's girlfriend, who told them that she and Jesse had locked the roommate out of the house, and Eddie did not have the keys, so started yelling to be let in. She said that Jesse was annoyed with Eddie and wanted him to go away, so grabbed a pellet gun and let off a round through the bedroom window towards Eddie, striking him in the chest. While on the run, Jesse reportedly told people that he did not think the pellet would kill his roommate, but intended to scare him. The property manager told deputies that he recently warned Jesse for shooting the gun inside the home because it went through several walls. Under police questioning, Jesse claimed that he did not know an air rifle would kill someone. Jesse's been charged with second-degree manslaughter and evidence tampering. He's held at the Lake County Detention Facility without bond. 22-year-old Larry Rhodes Jr. and 25-year-old Bianca Blaze have been charged with multiple offences after their 6-year-old son was found unconscious with his head in a toilet. The incident occurred on the 5th of July 2022 when the couple and their 6 children had been staying the Knights Inn Hotel off West Orlo Bronson Memorial Highway in Kissimmee, Florida since April. The authorities initially responded to the hotel room after a 911 call was made reporting a drowning. When authorities arrived, they found an unresponsive 6-year-old boy in Larry's arms. Bianca told deputies that her 6-year-old son's head was in the toilet like he was drinking water, and that at some point he became unconscious. They administered CPR until he was taken to hospital with a life-threatening brain bleed and was put on life support. Deputies said they also noticed visible injuries on the 6-year-old boy's face, including swollen eyes and blood in his mouth. A 4-year-old boy in the room also had bruises on his face and fresh cuts around his mouth. When the children's parents were asked about the injuries, they claimed there was a fight between the siblings, but when the 4-year-old was asked, he said, "Daddy hit me." The investigator spoke with the inhabitants in the adjoining room who told them they heard a thud from the couple's hotel room about 15 minutes before the deputies arrived, and that the inhabitants told them they believed it was a child falling. Deputies said blood splatters were present in the corner, where Bianca had told them she'd sent someone to stand as punishment. Both parents were taken to the sheriff's office for questioning, where Bianca mentioned Larry had whooped the kids in the past, but she denied any knowledge of the kids' injuries. She said that Larry had recently become more upset because he ran out of his medication for schizophrenia. Larry and Bianca are facing 6 counts of child neglect charges, whereas Larry is also facing 1 count of battery. Larry remains in custody at the Osceola County Jail on a $33,000 bond, whereas Bianca has been released on a $15,000 bond. It's unclear who's now looking after the children.